When I get that feeling, I'm loving my fucking funky hair feeling. So I look like my buddy that's in a shelter and homeless sometimes, so kicked out of the shelter, out there doing probably drugs to fucking stay sane, being scared weaponized and targeted. And I'm over here in a hotel still at about, what would I be at now? Because I've got my medical retirement still in there now. So what have I spent since October 17th on a high interest paid loan? I have now spent about, let's do the math quick, just over 8,000, maybe 9,000 since October 17th, when I was rudely ordered out of my apartment by a certain time while they watched. Gang stalked me with police out at the other building. So when I looked over my balcony, the cop had to be sitting out there to intimidate me. I called every fucking mover within London, Ontario that say open 24 hours. Not one opened. A setup, a hate crime setup that they answered at 10 a.m. on October 17th. I was supposed to be out at noon. So again, that was going to be their plan, again, by the lady in charge over the landlord to come and say, if you're not out by noon, I'm going to have to call the authorities and you will be evicted. For a good standing person who paid their rent on time, all the time. Except for during COVID, when I was waiting for my mediation from another workplace. Failed back surgery, job made up, lies, no workplace investigation when I couldn't walk up the ramp getting out of work, when my back gave out on the job, but I'd already had the failed back surgery, 143, 144 on the timer, when I couldn't walk up the ramp to leave my workplace. No workplace investigation report done for 6 months after. The union turning on me, very much just like what just happened to me all over again. The union. That's why they call it a union. Turning on me. No return to work program. No graduated work hours. And then, wow, there goes her back, giving right out. Supervisor's lying. Superintendent got the clipboard. I'm a big fucking hero. Lying. No investigation done for 6 months after. Nah, I guess they forgot. One of the ladies told me, the big lady doing it, she was staring out the window when she finally called me 6 months later on the phone. She was just staring out the window as I was talking. Not a big deal. They're narcissists. They're egotistical pricks. So, leading up to now in my life, after all of that abuse, going to a hotel, getting my sweater stolen, October 18th, sitting out in the sunshine wondering what I'm going to do with my money before the high paid interest loan, a cop gang stalking me. So again, gang stalking, harassment with cops. Just not putting their hands on me, but watching from across the street, getting out of his car, staring, going back in the car. Behind me, I wasn't very consciously aware of it, but 2 guys on their phone behind me, probably with a remote control to fucking tear me down. I wasn't consciously aware of that. Another guy sitting across the street on his truck with a big dog, probably doing something too, but it was the cop that really stood out to me. Another cop flew in fast, a lady, whoosh, right into the hotel. Then I remembered, oh shit, my sweater. Again, I've mentioned this part before. Go back in. My very much Roxy hoodie that was strangled by a psychopath years previously when I was in my addictions. A guy who strangled me with the hoodie, the same hoodie. Take the hoodie. It probably had really stinky energy on it, considering I'm 8 years off of cocaine, 7 to 8, 6 years and 3 months sober, and still celibate through the scalar weapons, through the gang stalking, through the harassment, through the massive motherfucking headache that's fucking going on because people are still thinking it's funny to burn my hair. The shorter it gets, I guess if I can ever get the dreads out now, I'll try to do some kind of cool punk thing tomorrow, but I don't even think I can do that now. So I might just have to shave it. No big deal, hey? No big deal for the unaccountable narcissists in their addictions. Still the refusal to admit anything's wrong with these fucking idiots. Go back in the hotel. Have you seen my Roxy hoodie? I came in with a hoodie. No. The liars, the narcissists, just lying. No. As I got to the hotel, after having a hard day of moving and being ripped off by the movers, again, buddy in the treehouse commanding. I could tell by the guy's face he was getting mad, but not at me. I hate when they do this. They didn't explain it to you right. But I got to ask you for more. Again, treehouse guy. the hierarchy above the narcissist going down to the flying monkeys and the enablers, abuse by proxy, the proxies. The little shit stains that I wish would fucking know that the person in the treehouse at the top actually doesn't give a fuck about you. But again, in fear. So I'm going to put out there that it's actually not even all of their faults. Because again, I could see the fear in people's fucking eyes. I could tell because I liked the people. And I knew right away when he came into my house that he knew somebody that I knew. I called it right away. The whole time it was going on, I had my pet monster in my ear the whole time. The psychopath that strangled me with the sweater years ago. Now, reflecting back to that day when I got out of the hotel after paying $273 just to have a bed for one night, because I'd already called junk removal a month or two before I moved, and all my shit was shitty anyway. From a bed from my pet monster. Because I got a bed because he worked for movers when I lived with my awesome, amazing ex-fiance at the time, because I chose coke over him and to hang out with psychopaths because I never healed my inner child from psychopaths that I'm sober now realizing. Because when we don't have confidence, then we're going to go, feel ugly and then go hang out with predators, right? To do a drug to make us feel better. And already being a falling down drunk, why not, right? Why not? And again, Buddy came in, my pet monster, with the bed. I said, a guy's bringing the bed. And again, came in with the mattress again, because I said I was either going to get one from another ex that worked at my Sleep Country Canada, blah, blah, blah. Again, the psychopath. They have to bring you the bed. Probably put curses on it, but needless to say, it was an abusive transaction getting the mattress, and they had to get it for me. So finally now, 10 years later, 8 to 10 years later, I get rid of that bed, called junk removal in town too. Another $600, $700. This is all before I moved, for junk. Furniture that I was stuck with, that's from the 1970s. Tried to go on, none of that stuff was good. I had a fucking desk that I had from ex-boyfriends a long time ago. Still, a fish aquarium sunk through it, so it was dead. It was got a big dent in it. Just shitty. But I worked at a job that had good money, but I never seemed to have any. Ever. Even before my coke addiction. I guess being an alcoholic really does, you spend your money on that, right? So again, catching up to speed, back to the hotel. The sweater's gone now. Finally, that mattress was gone for me. Go back outside, cop sitting there still trying to intimidate me the whole time. I see a guy drive up in a white truck speeding in after I go sit back in the sun, and I think, is that the mover guy from last night? That I'd already paid $400 to move my stuff for 2 hours. I walked out of the storage locker at 1:44, which again means something to me. It won't to everybody else. And I paid for 2 hours, $400 already. And it was 3 hours, sorry, it took them just to go from a 5-minute drive from my apartment to the locker. And then the guy said, then the guy came over and he said, oh, we're in the wrong locker. We got to move. I'm not sure if the movers were acting too, but they were kind of upset. Like, of course, they had already started moving stuff in the inside lockers. Now it had to go to an outside one. So a hate crime. My locker couldn't be in the inside somewhere. It had to be outside. So again, right now, I can't even go get anything out of it. I couldn't even open the door the next day. So I pay more. He says, you owe like $313 more. And I said, how? I said, it's only an hour extra. I paid $400 for 2 hours. It's only 1 hour to the T extra. Oh, I can't believe he couldn't tell you this. Then he's calculating. My boss says you owe $313 or whatever it was. Finally, I think I talked him down. I had to give another one, almost 200. It was 200. I gave a tip of 20. So I had to pay 620 or whatever to move whatever it was. Then go to the hotel again. My phone cloned out. Trying to find a hotel with a dog was impossible. I called one on Wellington Road. They said, she looked for me. The only one you can go to is the Best Western Airport Road. I'm thinking, fuck, that's far. Isn't there one on Wellington? I was on Proudfoot. Go. All that bullshit happens. Right when I walk in, crooked cop, high as fuck. Does the black magic thing, whatever you got, whatever you Illuminati people do, whatever you haters do. The look up and down at my shoes, up, looking angry, barged around the corner again, a fear tactic. Very much high, ugly looking, disgusting, like a movie, like I was in a horror movie, like Mickey and Mallory or something. So I didn't pay attention. I was too worried about how the fuck I was going to pay for the hotel, the $273 now, with my dog, freezing. It was freezing that day. Again, moving everything by myself because the whole community turned against me. Everybody, all my friends that I'd known for 30 years, done. I go in there. I see the guy come again. I'm shaking right now, being scalar weaponized. I go back in. Or I wait outside. I see the guy with the white truck come again in the daytime. I think it's the same guy that already gypped me off with the move. But I don't think anything. And I have to text him anyway and remember that I forgot when he was locking the door when I had to go to Money Mart to get a loan to get him the rest. I still tipped him 20. And I forgot when I was calling him that day, I thought, fuck, I forgot he had my keys for the locker. He had them. He said, no problem. And I let the guy left in the white truck. And I thought, is that the same guy? But whatever, I had cop across the street staring at me and trying to intimidate me. And then the guy came back. He said, Lynn, I can drive you downtown. I have your keys, blah, blah, blah. Still thinking the whole time he knows psychopath. The first one that I left. And again, somebody that would be so mad that you finally escaped because you never did coke again and he was finally sleeping and you thought it was the only time you could ever get away from him because he was asleep. Coming down from cocaine in the morning, never did it again, walked away. So again, when I was already trying to call the movers, I was thinking, great, this guy knows everybody. How the fuck am I going to do this? Again, not being able to call any of the good people that would have helped me. I thought, I'm being targeted. I don't want to involve anybody else. So here I go. He drives me downtown. Says I can only drive you here. So I got an Uber to my locker. Next guy, sketchy as fuck. Another Uber guy. Bitching about his wife. Made sure, because he's a narcissist, that they say, my ex-wife. She's getting sober right now. My ex-wife. Narcissists will always claim somebody as their ex when they're doing the right thing. When they're not. Because they can't. Needless to say, he could have been a good-looking guy, but he was angry, full of hate, and jealous of his ex-wife getting sober. So I get to my locker, I make a video, I can't get in it. I don't know what the fuck happened when I had to walk up the street to Money Mart. Again, everybody knowing I don't drive, from when the mover closed the door to the guy that made him move to a different locker, and there was still about 5-6 items left in the inside locker to be moved over. Buddy that worked there said, I'll move them over, don't worry, to the two movers that had already been moving it in. And I'm thinking, holy shit, how much more money do I have to owe? Is this organized crime, or is this just a psychopath that blackmails people and commands that they have to do this? So again, get to my locker. The Uber guy drives me in the gate, go in, takes a picture. And I didn't care. Just didn't care because I was like, I can't even open my locker by myself. It's getting dark out. And Buddy takes a picture with all the information for the gate, whatever it was. He's like, and I knew, I didn't care. Oh, like how they do, right? I just let him do it because I didn't care at that rate. What's the point? What's the point when you're a targeted individual? I knew he had to go show the paper to somebody and send a picture. Ha ha ha, look what I got. I did it. I dropped her off here. I couldn't open it. I had to ask another guy who drove by how to open it. And then when I opened the thing, couldn't even fucking get nothing, man. So I went and slept outside. right by my locker down the street. Me and my dog freezing. Very cold, calculated. The next day, pouring rain. I try to think, where the fuck am I going to go? What am I going to do now? The smear campaigns all around town. Everybody's fucking hating me. I can see their death stares everywhere I go. Again, being targeted since 2019. We were now at 2025. So I finally do whatever, finally go to the most ghetto hotel ever. They take dogs or whatever, go there very much. I hate crime there too. Again, somebody telling them what to do. Again, the hierarchy, the narcissist down to the flying monkeys enablers, very much making up prices, whatever. Gross, disgusting. People knocking on my door like a narcissist. You can't have any peace. 3 a.m, I'm fucking playing a frequency on my phone. Oh, is that your TV? Never turned my TV on still. 3 hotels later, don't watch TV. I said, can you hear there's a party upstairs? Here, listen to that. Did somebody tell you to come knock on my door? Oh no, I'm just making my rounds. So again, targeted. I wasn't making any noise. I forget now why I came on to fucking press play, but that was just catching up to speed right now. My head's pounding. I'm fucking still being scalar weaponized, but it brought me to this point now. So we'll leave out the rest of all the parts I've told in between, but that's then. So as a targeted individual, civil rights, harassment, stalking, and it can be employment, which I've already gone through to get a lawyer back years ago. Law or criminal, criminal defense, government surveillance. So apparently now for my human rights, charter violating, I can go to the Bar Association and they'll refer some lawyers for me. Civil laws, so contact your local bar association, again, referral services. So again, 7 signs of emotional abuse. 1, control. This is all narcissism. 1, control. 2, isolation. Verbal abuse, gaslighting, criticism, threats, intimidation, manipulation, blame, and scapegoating. All designed to erode your self-worth and create dependency, making you feel scared, worthless, or constantly questioning your reality. Then you live in your hometown and realize people fucking do black magic as well. The only thing that I got going for me right now is all the bottom part that I just read. I am now confident. I am now feeling beautiful. I am now not in fear. I got it all back by putting the bottle down. And I got it all back by getting away from fucking toxic people. But again, the narcissists have a real fucking problem with that, don't they? Because they have to control, they have to manipulate, they have to threaten you, and they have to dominate the fuck over your whole fucking vessel with illegal scalar weapons and black magic, apparently. Newsflash to me in 2025 that I didn't even know about black magic. Never mind the fact that I'm being scalar weaponized to death. People literally trying to kill me to save their mask. So again, I got to go get a lawyer. I got to go fight because I'm the tough one, the strong one, while everybody else gets to sit around still and party. While everybody else gets to abuse me and take my money. Hey, take my money, bitch. I'm rich. So I'll just leave it at that on how it always seems really cool, that the narcissists really have gotten away with murder, haven't they? But again, when you're the narcissist, how would you feel about your civil rights being fucking violated? Jezebel, narcs. We'll leave it at that because we know how you guys would feel. You would be spazzing. You would be irate. And you know what? You'd snap your fucking finger and your magical wand and you'd have everything right there for you. But the empaths, the ones who have been beaten down by the selfish, egotistical prick jobs out there, we've actually had a fucking enough. So I guess we are rising, because I guess when one rises again, the rest don't follow, but they know that they can do it themselves and they don't have to follow a crowd to look cool or fit in. Namaste.